finished creating your character. The next step is choosing where your journey begins. You will see 3 systems available: Stanton, Pyro, and Nix. If this is your very first time playing Star Citizen, my recommendation is simple: start in Stanton. Stanton is the most complete system in the game. It has the best support for new players, the widest range of beginner activities. It's a much more forgiving place to learn the basics. Pyro is far more dangerous and designed to run higher risk gameplay, while Nix is still growing and doesn't yet offer the same complete experience. Don't worry though, you're never locked into your choice. Once you're in a game, you can travel freely between systems whenever you want. With that decided, let's get started.
Morning, Captain. What are we doing today?
I'm putting together a beginner guide for the new pilots joining the verse.
Mind if I tag along?
Of course not. Come on. Alright, let's get your very first ship. Every hangar has a fleet manager terminal like this one. Walk up to the terminal and press F to interact with it. You'll see all the ships available on your account. Select the one you want to fly and press retrieve. In a few seconds, you'll be assigned a hangar where your ship is waiting. This is the Freelancer Max. It isn't the cheapest starter ship, but it is the best all-around you can start with. It can haul cargo and defend yourself, that's all you need. Now let's get on board. Depending on your ship, you enter through the main door or the rear cargo ramp like this one. Walk up to the door, look for the interaction prompt and press F to open it. Some ships only have a front entrance, but the process is exactly the same. Let's head to the cockpit. The first thing you want to do is make your ship flight ready. Press U for power. If your engine doesn't start automatically, press I to switch them on. While sitting in the cockpit, hold F to freely look around and interact with the ship using your mouse. Many ships have physical buttons for doors, ramps, and other functions. You don't need to remember them all today. Just know they are there. Now we are ready for takeoff. Press Alt-M to request departure clearance. Once the hangar opens, press space to lift off. Use WASD to control your ship and the mouse to steer. Hold control to move down. After leaving the hangar, press N to retract your landing gear and restore full speed. Now, let's get somewhere. Press F2 for your star map. Choose the destination, press route. If you know where you're going, just type the destination to your search bar. The star map will calculate the route automatically. Sometimes your route includes an OM waypoint first. That's completely normal. Follow each waypoint until you reach your destination. Once your route is set, point your ship towards the orange marker. Hold B to enter quantum travel mode. Wait for the drive to spool and calibrate, then hold the left mouse button to begin your jump. When you arrive at your waypoint, simply repeat the process until you reach your final destination. Once you arrive, you'll see destination markers across the surface. Look at the destination you want. Spool your quantum drive again by holding B, then hold the left mouse button to make the final jump. Here is a useful tip. If you like to land somewhere in daylight, choose a destination marker that's further away from your current position. More often than not, it will take you around the sunlight side of the planet. Now, we are flying normally again. Keep an eye on your altitude indicator on the right side of your HUD. It helps you avoid flying into the terrain. You can press F4 at any time to switch between first-person and third-person view. As you get closer to your destination, leave quantum mode and continue to approach normally. When you're almost ready to land, press N to deploy your landing gear. This automatically limits your speed and makes landing much easier. Line your ship up with the landing pad and gently lower it using control until you touch down. If you're planning to leave your ship, switch the engine off by pressing I. Star Citizen can sometimes surprise you, so it's always safer to leave your ship powered down. Before stepping outside, always make sure you're wearing your helmet. Use Alt plus H to equip or remove it. Forgetting your helmet is probably the quickest way to wake up in a hospital. Now, let's look at landing at the space station. Unlike planetary outposts, space stations require landing clearance. Fly close to the station and press Alt-N. After a few seconds, you receive your assigned hangar. Follow the marker to your hangar. As you approach the entrance, press N again to deploy your landing gear. The reduced speed makes entering the hangar much safer. If you are using third-person view, switch back to the cockpit before landing. Your flight indicator makes it much easier to keep the ship level during the final descent. Lower the ship gently with control until you touch down. That's it. You now know how to retrieve your ship, take off, navigate across the system, land on a planetary outpost, and safely dock at the space station. Those few skills are enough to get you almost anywhere in Stanton. Next, let's get you properly equipped before we head out into the verse. Before we do anything else, let's store our ship. It's a simple habit that's worth getting into. Star Citizen can be unpredictable. And storing your ship before heading off can save you from a lot of unnecessary headache. Now let's head upstairs. To use the elevator and most interactive panels in Star Citizen, hold F and look at the control panel. If you don't see the floor you're looking for, simply use your mouse wheel to scroll through the available destinations. The lobby is usually near to the bottom of the list. You might be wondering why we came all the way to Microtech L1 instead of staying in New Babbage. The answer is simple: convenience. Major cities have everything you need, but getting around them takes time. You'll often be riding trains, traveling across the city, and flying out of atmosphere before you can even begin your journey. Lagrange stations like this one are much more practical. You can buy almost everything you need, retrieve your ship within a minute, and you're already in space, ready to travel anywhere in the system. Our first stop is the medical bay. Every Lagrange station has pharmacy, where you can buy essentials. I recommend picking up a med gun and a med pen. The med pen gives you a quick emergency heal, while the med gun can heal both yourself and other players. It already comes with the first refill, so there is no need to buy extra cartridges just yet. Before we leave, there is one more thing I strongly recommend. Use the patient check-in terminal and set this station as your regeneration point. If you die during your adventures, you wake up here instead back in your starting city, saving yourself a long journey every time. Next, let's visit the refinery shop. Buy a light chest armor and a small backpack. You don't need a full armor set yet. A light chest piece is enough to equip a backpack and carry your supplies. While you're here, grab a few drinks. They restore both hunger and thirst, making them simple and expensive choice for new players. If you are planning to try Mercenary Missions, now is also a good time to buy a basic rifle and a few magazines. Keep it simple. At this stage we are learning the game, not risking expensive equipment. Now, let's equip everything we just purchased. Every station has its own local inventory. Items bought here stay at the station until you move them somewhere else. So remember that storage is local, not shared across the entire universe. Move your backpack and armor onto your character. Double-clicking a weapon will automatically equip it to your back. Do the same with your med gun. Now, equip your magazines, this is important. Ammunition stored inside your backpack won't reload your weapon automatically. Spare magazines need to be equipped on your armor first. Once they are empty, simply replace them with fresh ones from your backpack. Before heading back to the hangar, here is another useful tip. Retrieve your ship, wait a few seconds, then store it again before taking the elevator down. This refresh your hangar assignment and help avoid some of the Star Citizen more creative bugs. Once you arrive, simply retrieve your ship one final time. Every everything is packed, we are fully prepared, and we are finally ready to begin our first adventure. With everything packed and our ship is ready to go, it's finally time to earn our first credits. Making your first credits. Now that we are properly equipped, it's time to answer one of the biggest questions every new player asks. How do you actually make money in Star Citizen? There are many different professions available, and each one offers its own unique gameplay. Rather than trying to learn everything at once, I recommend focusing on one profession at a time. I make the learning process much easier, and before long, you'll know exactly which career suits the best. And let's start with one of the easiest professions. Cargo hauling. Cargo hauling, exactly what it sounds like. Your job is to transport goods safely from one location to another and get paid for the delivery. There are two ways to do this. The first is by accepting hauling contracts through your mobile glass. Press F1, open the contract manager and select the hauling category. The game will first offer you an introductory hauling contract. Completing it unlocks additional contracts, and as your reputation grows, you gain access to larger jobs with better rewards. The second option is to become an independent trader. Instead of accepting contracts, you buy your own cargo, transport it wherever you choose, and sell it for your profit. More risk and more profit because you are investing your own credits. Before you begin, I strongly recommend buying a tractor beam. You find them in the refinery shops located at the grain stations such as Microtech L1, Hurston L1, Arcorp L1, and many others through the Stanton system. You have two options. The first is a Pyro multi-tool fitted with a tractor beam attachment. The second is the max lift tractor beam. Both can move exactly the same cargo. The biggest difference is that the max lift has a much longer operating range, while the Pyro multi-tool is smaller, easier to carry and leaves your weapon slots free. Once you accepted the contract, fly to the pickup location and collect your cargo from the freight elevator. Use your tractor beam to load the containers onto your ship, transport them safely to the destination, then unload them into the freight elevator at the delivery point. Once the cargo has been delivered, your payment will be transferred automatically. Cargo hauling is one of the safest and most beginner-friendly professions in Star Citizen. It teaches you navigation, cargo handling, and the flight management, making it an excellent way to earn your very first credits. Mining. Mining is one of the most rewarding professions in Star Citizen. Your job is to extract valuable resources from rocks found across the planets, moons, and asteroid fields. Mining is available in 3 different forms. You can start with hand mining using the handheld mining tool. Move on to vehicle mining with the Grey Cat rock, or operate dedicated mining ships such as the Misk Prospector or the Argo Mole for larger operations. Unlike most other professions, mining requires you to carefully fracture rocks before collecting the valuable resource inside. Different rocks contain different minerals, and some are worth far more than others. Once you collected your ore, you have 2 choices. You can sell it immediately for a quick profit, or refine it at one of the refinery stations located at the Lagrange stations. Refining takes time, but it usually increases the value of the materials, making it a better option if you are not in a hurry. Mining rewards patience, careful planning, and good decisions making. Learning which resources are worth collecting and which are better left behind is just important as operating the mining equipment itself. If you enjoy exploration, careful planning, and a slower pace, mining might be the profession for you. Salvaging is one of the most relaxing and profitable professions in Star Citizen. Your job is to recover valuable materials from abandoned and destroyed ships, turning wrecks into profit. To begin salvaging, you need a dedicated salvaging ship. At the time of this guide, the Drake Vulture is the most popular choice for solo players. while the Aegis Reclaimer is designed for larger multi-crew operations. Salvaging contracts work a little different from most other professions. Instead of being paid for completing a mission, you are purchasing the legal rights or claim to salvage a wreck. As your reputation grows, you'll unlock larger claims, allowing you to salvage bigger and more valuable ships. During the salvaging process, you recover two different types of materials. The first is recycled material composite, or RMC. The second is construction materials. These require refining at refinery stations found on the grain stations before they can be sold. As your experience grows, you also learn to recover valuable cargo, ship components, and equipment left behind inside the wrecks, increasing the value of every salvage operation. How much money you earn depends entirely on you. The more efficient you salvage a wreck, the more valuable material you recover, and the where you choose to sell materials can also affect your final profit. If you enjoy a slower pace, careful planning, and methodical gameplay, salvaging might be the perfect profession for you. Mercenary work is one of the most action-packed professions in Star Citizen. Your job is to complete combat contracts for various organizations across the Stanton system, earning both credits and reputations as you prove yourself in a battle. Mercenary missions come in many different forms. You can protect security outposts from hostile forces, hunt down dangerous criminals through bounty contracts, eliminate invasive wildlife, recover valuable cargo from dangerous locations, or engage hostile ships in space combat. Most contracts can be accepted through your mobiGlast using the contract manager. As your reputation grows, new organizations will begin offering more challenging missions with greater rewards, allowing you to steadily progress from simple assignments to high-risk operations. A mercenary work often places you directly in combat. Some missions take place inside bunkers and underground facilities, while others see you flying into intense dogfights against enemy spacecrafts. Success depends not only on your equipment, but also on your awareness, preparation, and combat skills. Completing contracts rewards you with credits, reputation, and valuable experience that can be used throughout your journey in Star Citizen. Many players choose mercenary missions as one of the fastest ways to improve both their flying and first-person combat abilities. If you enjoy fast-paced action, tactical decision-making, and excitement of combat, mercenary work might be the professions for you. Before we finish, I leave you with a few useful resources that can make your journey a little easier. For ship loadouts, components, weapon configurations, and where to buy almost every ship in the game, I highly recommend Urku Games. If you're interested in cargo holding and commodity trading, UEX Trade Tools is an excellent resource for planning profitable trade routes across the verse. And if mining becomes your profession of choice, I highly recommend checking out Algapo's YouTube channel. His guides cover everything from basics of mining to refining, advanced techniques, and the latest gameplay updates. And finally, a couple of tips that can save you a lot of headaches. If something on your ship doesn't seem to be working, don't panic. Most ships have physical controls inside the cockpit. Hold F, look around, and you'll often find the switch or button you are looking for. Systems such as radar, scanner, quantum drives, shields, or even life support stop working correctly. Check your power management screen. In many cases, the problem is simply that the system has no power assigned to it. Star Citizen is a huge and complex universe. You don't need to learn everything on your first day. Take your time, learn one step at a time, make a few mistakes, and most importantly, enjoy the journey. Thank you for joining me, and welcome to the verse. I'll see you out there, Citizen.